Welcome to the Slow Way podcast, a space where we explore slowing down, finding presence, and living intentionally. I'm Shruti, a holistic life coach and a yoga instructor, and my purpose is to help you clear out blocks that are keeping you from showing up as your best possible self. Together, we will learn to hold space for each other as we navigate through life and explore the depths of what it means to be human. Hello there, and welcome back to the Slow Way. Today, I want to talk about something that has been deeply alive in me lately. I was journaling yesterday, and this thought came to me. What if I live life as if it were an improv? Let's talk about that a little bit. So grab a cup of tea and let's get into it. You know, they say what you resist persists. And the things that we suppress, they tend to come back stronger and heavier and louder. Like these really loud echoes that just won't let us be. We try so hard to be strong, pretend like we have it all together, to stay composed, productive, successful. And while some of that does come from a place of good intent, let's be honest, some of it is rooted in a deep desire for control. But the thing is that control is fragile. It's very brittle. It shatters the moment something unexpected touches it. So, what if, instead of clinging so tightly to the structure, what if we learn to live a little more like improvisation? And improv, by its very nature, is unpredictable. It's raw, it's honest. It's this dance that happens with the present moment. And in many ways, that's what life actually is. It's a giant, unscripted improv show. The problem is that we treat life like it's a carefully planned stage play. And when things don't follow our script, we panic, we resist, we fight. And ironically, the more we try to force control, the more chaotic things start to feel. Because control isn't strength. True strength is flexibility. It's being rooted like a tree and be soft like its leaves, to be able to bend and sway with the wind without breaking. Now, we are conditioned to believe that surrender means giving up. It's almost portrayed as a weak trait, a passive trait. But in reality, surrender takes tremendous courage to trust, to loosen the grip, to stop micromanaging our emotions, our outcomes, our relationships. It takes a lot. It's a very courageous thing to do. And to surrender is to say, I trust that I can meet what comes up, even if I don't know how yet. It's about saying to ourselves that I will no longer fight every current. I will learn to swim, and I will allow myself to float when I need to. So, what exactly does it mean to live like life is an improv? It simply means waking up and not pretending to know how exactly the life or the day is going to go. It means meeting each moment with curiosity rather than certainty. It means just letting life be for what it is rather than what we think it should be. So, in a sense, you don't have to have the answers. You just have to show up with presence, with grace, and with enough self-intimacy to recognize when you're resisting life. Your body will tell you, and you'll know it, that you're resisting that present moment and you were secretly wishing it was showing up differently for you. And because that's where it begins. Your life, you are the core. And your life can't flow if you're constantly stiff and rigid with fear or even pretending to be unshakable. So, yeah. But also, I would like to put this gentle reminder out there that living in flow, it doesn't mean bypassing your feelings. It doesn't mean you're discounting your feelings. You're allowed to be angry, you're allowed to be sad, overwhelmed, and all of that. The key is to feel without fixating. I'll say that again. The key is to feel without fixating. It is to witness your emotions like waves instead of letting them knock you over. So imagine and visualize yourself like holding your own head with this gravitas, with deep care and reverence for your story, but also allowing your heart to soften enough to respond to what the moment is asking of you. Not what you want it to be. What is the present moment asking of you? So meet the present moment the way it is, from where you are, and just sit with it. Now, this is fine when it is you handling your own emotions that are coming up for you. What happens when you meet someone else? Let's talk about that a little bit here. What about when you meet someone else who's resisting, who's caught in their own fears, their walls, and their sense of control? It is so easy to tense up in return. I know we all have been there. But always try this invitation. Instead of mirroring their energy, instead of tensing up with them, along with them, try being the flow in that moment, not to placate, not to perform, not to calm them down, but to be receptive. Because when you stop meeting resistance with resistance, something shifts. The energy softens. There's this spaciousness that is created for connection, for truth, for healing. And that's really what it is about. Living life as a series of invitations. How beautiful is that? Living life as a series of invitations. Each moment is asking, will you meet me as I am? Will you meet me without judgment, without fear, without your preconceived stories and notions? Can you meet the moment just with curiosity and maybe sprinkle in a little bit of sense of wonder to it as well? Why not? Because always remember that your core is your fulcrum. That's where you should be grounded. Not to the stories, not to your past, not to your sense of control. No. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to constantly brace for impact. And because if you're grounded in your core, then this life will not feel like you're living a series of jump scares. Because it can feel like that sometimes. It can be a dance. It can be a dialogue, an improv set between your soul and the universe. How's that? I love the thought. I love that thought so much. So today and every day, I invite you to live from that space of spaciousness, open heart space. That feels nice, doesn't it? So just breathe and loosen your grip. Say yes to the next line in the scene. Just say yes and trust that you'll know how to move when it's your turn. You will know. And above all, just be here in the now. Thank you so much for being here, for being a part of this conversation and walking this slow, courageous, beautiful path with me. If today's episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend who might need it. And as always take what resonates, take what you need from this, and leave the rest. Okay? Until next time, stay soft, stay rooted, and let life meet you exactly where you are. Bye bye.